Hey guys, it's Tango here, and we are playing some Feed the Beast. We are picking up right here where we left off last episode. Today's just not been my day, and I'll actually probably get into that in this episode sometime. But we were in this cave. If I remember correctly, we were in this cave, just kind of hanging out, looking around for some resources. And I don't remember too much of what we were doing. Oh god, lag. Alright, got a little bit of lag there. Not quite sure why. I'm not even quite sure how full my inventory is. Apparently awfully full. Oh, and there was an update. That's why my cheat mode is on. There was an update for the mod pack. So, that's why. I want time on... No, I don't want time. I want rain on. Yeah, that's all I want on. But yeah, there was an update for the mod pack, so it reset almost everything. I told it to back up the config file, so it did. Can I not pick this up? Okay, apparently I cannot pick that up. Um, but let's head on. I just saw a zombie down here before I started recording. I don't see him anymore. But yeah, today has just really not been my day. As you guys probably know, I work on... Oh, that's a strength one? Wow. But I work on model cars in my free time. Oh, fantastic. But yeah, I work on model cars, and I think it was still back when I was doing Dead Island videos. But I actually put in a little section that I recorded with my phone. Put in a little section in the video of progress I had made on my, I believe in that video it was the 1957 Chevy Bel Air. I'm not quite sure why I'm getting all this lag. It's kind of bothering me. But yeah, I put a little clip in there. So, yeah, sorry guys, I'm just really out of it right now. That's why I can't formulate sentences very well. But I've been working on a 1962 Corvette, and it has just not been going well at all for me. That's why I'm out of it at the moment. Like I'm all tensed up and I'm just upset at the world, really. But like, I don't know how many of you guys have actually painted like a car or even a model car, or really just painted anything and try to do a good job on it. But it's not as easy as everyone thinks it is. I mean, especially if you're using pretty expensive paint like I like to use. The paint I use is $8.01 a can. So you really can't afford to waste it, and it's expensive stuff, but it's nice. It's actual, it's like touch-up paint for actual cars. So it's good stuff. Oh, this bat has speed. But so it's actual stuff that you can use to paint an actual car, which it's really nice stuff. It's what I've almost always bought to paint my models with. But for some reason this can of the particular paint, it's a red because I love red Corvettes. I always have. So last night, me and my mom and dad went out and bought what's new in open blocks. Okay, this was added to our inventory. But we went out and bought me some paint, which I really wanted. What is this? Basic materials and processing. This was not in our inventory earlier either. Oh god, thank you. Fucking-tastic. But yeah, we went out and bought that can of paint, came home, and I had already primed that car. I like to prime my model bodies. And, you know, priming a car is essential. to have a nice paint job, because you prime it and then you can wet sand it and then get a really nice clean, nice surface for the actual paint to latch onto. So I primed it. I primed it a couple nights before, and so I was ready for paint. Sorry guys, just trying to sort out my inventory here. Crap. But so I had it primed. I'd had it primed for a few days. So the prime had already set up. Primer sets up in about you can work with it in a couple of hours really. But if you want to get a nice clean paint job, it's nice to wait about a day before you wet sand. So it'd been a couple of days since I'd primed that body. And oh, screw you, zombie. But then oh crap. Last night actually is when I laid the first couple of layers of paint on. And they came out nice, everything was alright. But I forgot to put the hood on the car, because it's nice to tape the hood into the car, and then you can get the same finish on, so you don't end up with two different colors of paint, which has happened to me before on one of my bigger models. Actually happened to me, and it was pretty upsetting stuff, so I didn't really want to go through that again. So taped the hood into the car, but I didn't prime the, I don't know why I'm getting so much lag right here. I didn't prime the hood before I put it in the car. So when I started to actually paint the body with the hood in it, the hood was a completely different color, because the prime made the paint a little bit of a darker shade of red. So that already was a red flag. I had to take, oh god, not going over there. I saw those, but I didn't realize there were 3 of them. So that was immediately a red flag. So I had to wait for that paint to dry, pull the hood off, prime the hood after I've wasted a layer of paint on it, a coat of paint. And for some reason, this particular can, the nozzle was a little bit, it was harder to press, and so it was weird, because it was harder to press, but it put out more paint. So you get more paint when you hold down the actual, like the trigger or the button to let the paint out. And sorry, I just got a notification on my phone. But it put out a lot more paint, so I ended up using a lot more paint during each pass. So I'd wasted a lot of paint with that pass that I had the hood in there, the wrong color. Oh, not painted, but when not primed. So, which I'm down to hardly any paint right now, and I've got I think about 7 or 8 layers of paint on the car, because I've messed up so many times. I don't know what it is about this particular car that I've messed it up so bad, but I have. It's really disappointing, actually. But I paint in my basement because I don't have anywhere else really to paint. It's really too cold and windy out to paint right now outside. So I haven't been doing that. What is this? Essence, or I'll take it. Like, yeah, so it's been too windy and stuff to paint outside. So I haven't really been painting outside. Gosh darn it. Did he at least kill some of the other ones? I killed all of them. Good. But so I haven't been painting outside, which I usually do. That's where I paint at, is outside. Just because you really can't run the furnace or anything because we have a gas furnace. It'd be different if we had an electric furnace. But since we have a gas furnace, you can't run the furnace and have paint in at the same time, because it's like an explosion hazard, really. Turns into a bomb for about 30 minutes, really, in the basement if you paint a lot. So, It's one of the reasons why I don't like painting in the basement, but it's the only option I have right now. Um, but I've really kind of wandered off topic here. Um, it's really weird on this particular model. The hood fits really, really snug into the actual car. So I didn't really figure that it was going to be much of a problem, but it turned out to be a pretty big problem. Because after I wanted to take the hood out, because that automotive paint is ready to handle in about an hour. You don't want to handle it too much because you'll smudge it up. But you can mock up some of the other parts and put it on the frame and stuff after about an hour. But I wanted to take the hood out, and as soon as I took the hood out, I immediately realized what I'd done, and it was too tight of a fit, so the gap in between the hood and the actual body of the car was really small, so the paint really kind of bridged across that gap. And when I pulled the hood out, it pulled paint off the body. So I had to, I wasted another layer of paint and painted right back over it, and I hate myself for it now. But that really sucked. And then today, when I got home, I just actually recently got home. What time is it now? It's 7:23. So I really got home about an hour and a half ago. So I got home and then wanted to go down there and check on it. And I was looking at it, it looked fine. Nothing really that wrong with it. Painted the hood separately. So I had the whole hood thing sorted out. That wasn't an issue anymore. But then I looked at it and I was like, oh god. The most disappointing thing is seeing something in your paint. Like I didn't notice it last night. But I noticed it. That's the first thing I noticed when I went down there. I looked at the front of the car, and there was it was like a thread, but it was a thick, like on carpet, the bigger, thicker threads. I don't know how it got in the paint. It was buried under about two layers of paint, which makes me wonder even more how it got there. But I guess that really doesn't matter. It's just the fact that it was there. So I picked that out, and it actually pulled. Usually, if something lands in your paint, it's not that big of a deal because you can just brush it right back off, and then you don't have an issue. But this just had to be an issue. So I pick it off, and it pulls paint off. So I already have to paint back over it again, wasting another layer of paint. But I didn't do that because I noticed something. There was a mold line that I missed when I primed it. Because one of the things that this primer is good for is it allows you to notice a lot of the, what the hell is that, fluorite? It's reactor craft, okay. But these stupid torches. But primer allows you to see a lot of the imperfections in the bodies and stuff that you wouldn't normally be able to see. But I just didn't notice this mold line. I don't know what it is with this stupid lag. But I didn't notice this mold line, so I had to sand that back out already. So I painted it and then realized that I had gone too far. I didn't get into the primer. I actually got down into the body. So I ran into the same problem that I did when I painted that hood. And the fact that it was lighter. What in the world? It was lighter than the rest of the body. It was more of a light red, and the rest of the body was more of a darker red. So I had to prime back over the body. Good lord, this has just been a trip. I don't even know. What is this stuff? Wait, fluorite crystal. I don't even know what this stuff is for, but I'll pick it up. Steel pickaxe. I want that. Alright, I got a couple of things. It's good enough for me. Crap. I don't even remember what I was talking about. But, lost my train of thought. But anyway, so the different colors of paint. It was more of a lighter red, and where I'd gotten down in the body, and it was more darker. The actual body was a little bit of a darker color. And so I had to prime back over the car again, completely kind of sand down the red paint. So that's about 4 or 5 layers of paint wasted right there, um, which really sucks because when you're dealing with $8 can of paint, I don't really have the money. That was my last $8 that I had was to buy that can of paint. Um, so that was really disappointing that I had to prime back over it, and then I painted it. And the spot that I had stuck the body in, actually, we have our old furnace is still down in our basement, and it has like little little things on the top of it, little, I don't even know how to describe it, but like when I paint my models, I have a little, it's just a straight up paper towel tube, that I tape to the upper part of the car, so that I can, it makes it a lot easier to like spray a layer of paint and then spin the car so I don't have to actually physically touch the car so I don't mess up the paint job. Um, so, oh man, the wind is atrocious outside. It's whistling. You guys probably can't hear it. Um, but so where I'd sat it was a little bit loose, but I wasn't worried about it. Didn't even think much about it. And then I went back down there to check on the paint, and it had fallen over. And apparently it had fallen over not too long after I had, what is aluminum ore? Get out of here. Not too long after I'd painted it, because I looked at it, and where it had fallen over, there was a spot where the paint had dried, touching that part. So there was a messed up part there. And so I'm really just kind of starting to get frustrated with this this car in particular. So I just sprayed another layer of paint on it, and I haven't looked at it. I don't even want to look at it really, to be honest with you guys. But I will after I'm done recording. I'm gonna go down there and look at it. And there's on those older Corvettes, there's actually, it says Corvette on the front. It's in raised lettering. But I've light gray cave stone. But this car, it's got so many layers of paint on it that literally you can barely read where it says Corvette. There's that many. I think, like I said earlier, about 7 or 8 layers of paint, which is a lot of paint laid down. So there's my story that's my story for the day. Let me see how long I've recorded for. I wish my iPhone would just tell me so I wouldn't have to get into it. I've recorded for about 18 minutes almost. So I think I might end it there, guys. We're gonna pick up next episode right here, pretty much. I'm gonna see what's up ahead, if there's anything interesting. No, guys, so yeah, I'm just gonna leave it right here in this big open room with the stupid multicolored crystals over there and the zombie trying to eat my face. But I'm gonna leave it here, guys. We'll explore this next episode and maybe build a house or something next episode. Not really sure. I'm gonna end it now and go check on my paint. So I'll give an update on that next episode. And you guys should really go follow my, I'll leave if I remember, I'll put it in the description, my Instagram, my personal Instagram, and my, I'll just put all 3. I have 3 Instagrams now. I have my personal Instagram, my actual gaming channel Instagram, and then I just made one the other day. It's called Brayton's Models. And go check those out. Follow me if you feel the need to. I don't really mind. Doesn't bother me any if you want to follow. If you don't want to follow, it doesn't bother me either. So, sorry if I sound a little bit depressed in this episode. I'm just frustrated. So yeah. Talk to you guys then. Peace.